Hi, I'm Mr. Orr, and today we are going to take a look at part 2 of the law of sines. In the previous video about the law of sines, we derived the law, and then we looked at a problem in which we solved for a missing side length. And in this case, we're going to be solving first for a missing angle. So it's slightly different, but not a whole lot different. I've written the law of sines up here. The sine of angle A over its opposite side A equals the sine of angle B over its opposite side B equals the sine of angle C over its opposite side C. Now, let's start putting in some numbers, filling in some numbers into this formula. We have to use this. We have to do sine 41 over 5 because that's a full pair. We have both numbers. So I'm going to do sine 41 over 5 is equal to. Now, I can't use angle A because side A I don't have, so it would be sine of A over A. That's two variables. But I can use C because I have the opposite side C. So the other piece of this equation is sine C over 6. Now, let's solve that. 6 sine 41, I'm cross multiplying, is equal to 5 sine C, and I need to get C by itself, which I can't quite do at this moment because it's attached to the sine. These two are a unit, can't separate them, but I can get rid of the 5 for the moment, and I divide that 5 out. Now I have the sine of C, and we're going to be looking for the inverse. So the sine of C is equal to 6 sine 41 divided by 5. So on the calculator, and the very first thing I'm going to do, of course, is to check and make sure that my calculator is in degrees, and you should do the same, please. All right, now, 6 sine 41 equals, divide that number by 5, and I get 0.7873. So now what I have is 0.7873 is equal to sine C. Now, this tells me right here that I need to use the second key, and when I press second sine, look right above the sine key and you will see sine -1. All right, that's what we want. You use the second key when you are looking for an angle, just like in SOHCAHTOA. You may recall that's what we did with SOHCAHTOA. Same idea here. So I'm going to do second sine 0.7873. And I get 51.93. That's the measure of angle C. 51.93. All right, now, very easy to find angle A because we know the three angles have to add up to 180. So I do 180 minus 41 minus 51.93, and I get 87.07 up here, 87.07. Now we can solve for A, which we haven't yet done. Let me erase some of this, but not the law of sines. Now I can do sine A over, because I know A, sine of 87.07 over A, the missing number, is equal to sine 41 over 5. And it's better to use these two because if I use this angle, remember it's been rounded. These were given, they are exact. This has been rounded. I would rather use exact numbers than rounded numbers. So let's cross multiply. 5 sine 87.07 equals A sine 41. All right, remember we're trying to get A by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine 41, sine 41. All right, these cancel here, and I'm left with A on this side. 5 sine 87.07 divided by sine 41. Let's do that on the calculator. 5 sine 87.07 gives me 4.99. I divide that by sine 41, and I get 7.61. So this side here, 7.61, is A. Now let's take a look and make sure that looks logical. 41 is the smallest angle, 5 is the smallest side. Makes sense. 51.3 is the middle angle, 6 is the middle size, and 87.07 is the largest angle, and 7.61 is the longest side. Now that doesn't guarantee that the answer is correct, but at least it indicates that it's logical and possible. So, bear in mind what we did. When we were looking for angle measures, we used the second function, and then sine, cosine, or tan, sine, excuse me, because this is law of sines. And when we were looking for a side length, we used the regular sine in this case. Know the formula, and it's really a matter of plugging in numbers and solving, but you do have to know a few things about how to solve, particularly when to use the regular sine and when to use the second function, or inverse sine. All right, thank you very much. The next video that is already available to you is the law of cosines. We will be doing more with the law of cosines. There will be at least one more video as we get into that. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.